Hey everyone, Joe here, Fridays with Joe, Genderqueer Chat. This week's topic, I actually picked it, and I haven't thought much about it. Why do I do this every time? The topic is your personal evolution and how you became the person you are today. And I think it's probably prompted by a lot of the, not soul searching, but whatever it is I've been doing lately with all my pictures and stuff, and I'm starting to look back at the person I was and the person I am today and how completely different they are. And also I'm going to a wedding this summer. It's my first lesbian wedding. Canada has gay marriage legalized. Anyway, my friend Paige is getting married in Victoria, and she's funny. I once stood at the foot of her hospital bed when we were teenagers. She was in for an abortion, screaming fire and brimstone at her. With a born-again Christian friend of mine, screaming at her, literally. And here we are 25 years later or whatever, she's getting married, and she always makes me laugh because we've stayed friends all these years. I don't know why the hell she ever stayed friends with me. I was a terrible, terrible person back then. But she always says that I'm proof that people change, and I'm proof that people grow and evolve. And she's not mean about it. She never rubs my nose in the person I used to be. But she's kind of a testament to me. She reminds me of the person I used to be. Just because of that particular incident and others like it when I was a teenager. So as you know from previous videos, I was raised in a fundamentalist version of Catholicism that I liken to a cult. So I like to say that I was indoctrinated into a cult for the first, 15 years of my life, 18 years of my life. And it is really, really, really hard to get out of that. It is really hard to change the way you think. I think it takes years, sometimes forever. Side note, there was a suicide in my family in 1999. And I remember reading a lot about suicide at the time because the father was not like dealing with it. And here we are like 12 years later and he still hasn't really dealt with it. He doesn't talk about it. And the books at the time were saying that the parent might never deal with it. The parent may never want to talk about it and may never just put it in the part of their brain and lock it away and never deal with it. And I remember at the time, like 12 years ago, thinking that's crazy. Like, of course he's going to want to talk about it or he's going to want to deal with it. But then I think about the person I used to be and the person I've become. And it is weird how, it's not that I don't want to talk about it or don't want to deal with it. It's just that it was such a long process. It really, truly was. It was so gradual as to be almost unnoticeable, if not for those photographs and those, reminiscences of what I used to be. So, I used to be fundy, evangelical Christian. I used to be angry all the time. I suppose I thought of myself as cisgendered at one time, insofar as I was female-bodied and I liked boys. But there was never a sense of peace about it. There was always a sense of anger surrounding it, that I was, how do I explain it? I had a lot of gay friends and I always felt like I was one of them, although I couldn't articulate why because I knew I wasn't gay. But I always felt strangely different, and not being able to articulate it. And like I said, kind of hyped up. I was really caught up in the religion for a long time. And then getting out of it manifested itself in different ways. I got very angry. I hated the religion for a lot of years. I still do. I violently hate that religion, and it's hard for me to just be calm about it because I can't be. So, and then I like in the religion video, I sought different paths in life, and it was a years-long process trying to find out what I believed and what I thought about my spirit, or about life before life, or life after death, or all those crazy things, or why are we here, or why do bad things happen to good people, or why do some people have complicated, difficult, painful lives and some people have easy lives, those kinds of questions. And kind of off topic, but I just watched a video by a previous Genderqueer Chat person, Ami. I love Ami. I was just watching his video, and he said he just bought an STP device, and he was just talking about his STP device, and it just got me thinking, what about 12 years or 14 years ago, maybe 1997, 98, I remember I used to run a discussion board back when the internet was brand new for people who were family members of alcoholics. It was like the discussion board was called 158.1. It was a Dewey Decimal number because I was a library technician for the first half of my working life. I used to assign Dewey Decimal numbers to library books. Anyway, 158.1, which is self-help, self-actualization. So anyway, this discussion board was about a bunch of us who were trying to kind of help ourselves after breaking off from another board that was for family and friends of alcoholics. And we did a gift exchange every so often. And I remember I had just discovered some website that had a stand to pee device for women. Now, I didn't know anything about trans people. I had no idea that it was related to trans issues at all. It never even dawned on me. It was just a device that allowed women to pee standing up. And I think it was called the something mate. It came in a little black case. Anyway, I really, really wanted one. I was so excited to find this out in a surreal way. Like, and all the female, I'm assuming cisgendered people on that discussion board that were participating in the gift exchange, they all thought I was nuts. And I remember wondering why they thought I didn't know why they thought I was nuts. I thought, wouldn't everybody want this? Wouldn't every woman want to stand to pee? Apparently I didn't know that. I was a little bit odd. Anyway, this woman bought it for me, and it was like a medicine spoon style. So I was in my late 20s at the time, and anyway, I tried it a few times and it freaked me out. I'm a little bit out of touch with my body, and it seemed quite complicated, and I never used it much after that. And many, many years later, when I was camping, I bought a larger device, it was called a Little Jane, I think. They have a Little John, and this was a Little Jane. Anyway, it's just funny. It's just funny that even back then, before I had words to describe what was wrong with me, for lack of a better term, what's wrong with you? Hey, on that theme, I will talk a little bit about, I'm a child of an alcoholic, and that's a huge part, a huge chunk of who I am. When people say, who are you, what are you, there's usually like a litany of things I rattle off. One is genderqueer, one is adult child of alcoholic, one is politician, truck driver, pundit, recovering Catholic, blogger, Trekkie. There's a million things I usually say about myself, but one of them definitely is an adult child of an alcoholic. And I was about 26 or 27 when I discovered a book that listed 19 things. That was a laundry list of 19 qualities of children of alcoholics. It was just a list of things. Like one of them, I'll never forget this one. Tendency to confuse pity with love. Love those you pity and pity those you love. And, issues with authority and stuff like that. And I remember checking off something like 18 out of 19 on this list. And flipping the page and saying that was the list of qualities of children of alcoholics. And at that point in my life, I had never put two and two together. I knew I dated a lot of men with addictions, but I never knew that it was related to my father. So that was a huge part of my evolution. Discovering a name for what was wrong with me. Discovering, not what was wrong, but what was wrong in general. And then being able to explore solutions to that. Oh, somebody's mewing. Of course, it's video night. Of course they're going to be making a racket. As time went on, and I explored aspects of who I was, with the way I looked. You saw in the pictures, shaved head, long hair, like extremes of looks. Looking extremely masculine, looking extremely feminine. Well, maybe never extremely feminine, but super, super long hair and stuff like that. And I did wear makeup and little baby doll dresses on occasion when I was in my late teens. And kind of evolving into the person I am today, which is, I love being this age. I love being 38. I love being happy in my skin, happy with the person I've become. I don't have any regrets. I'm one of the few people who, a psychic once told me that. She said, you have no regrets. I said, no, actually I don't. I have none. If I died tomorrow, it'd be good. We'd all be good, seriously. To evolve into this person has been fabulous, but it's been a long, hard battle on occasion, specifically with regards to the religion thing, and perhaps a little bit on the gender thing, because I never fit in, and because I didn't know why, and because I didn't have words for it, and because there was no such thing as a genderqueer community maybe 20 years ago when I needed it, or when I didn't have the words to describe what I was. Having only discovered the word genderqueer in the last year and a half or so, it's been such a magical evolution just in this last year, because like I said, something happened where the anger went away. The anger is gone out of my life. Not gone completely, but fundamentally gone. I am really happy in my own skin. It's a strange sensation. I don't know how to describe it. Specifically when people are talking about amongst themselves about, oh, me and the girls did this, or me and the guys did that, or when they're discussing gender in a blanket way, to talk about themselves and their friends or whatever, I think I used to feel angry and resentful and left out and angry and more angry. And now I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel left out. I don't feel like people are having fun without me and the girls are out doing girl things without me, and I'm angry at home because I can't go. And that is true. What I said last week about with my mom, that I can't go to those ladies' nights out because I'm not a lady, is true. I don't feel like I can go. I don't feel welcome. And it's not because they wouldn't welcome me. It's because it's in my own head. I do not allow myself that. I don't allow myself to participate in gendered events. And that's a stubborn streak on my part, to be sure. That is really probably something I need to work on. Although I don't mind I don't think stubborn is necessarily a personality flaw the way some people do. But I know it's the more easygoing you are in life, sometimes the easier life can be. And I've had a hard life in some ways because of my stubborn nature. How else have I evolved? The fat acceptance thing is a big one. I was never ever body conscious, and I never judged fat people or skinny people. I never even noticed, quite frankly. I grew up in a very fat family. I should splice a picture. Yes, I will take this opportunity to splice in a picture. This is hilariously funny. Because what they say is that you are destined to... your body shape is pretty much predetermined by genetics. Now, you can fight it, and you don't have to follow that path. But really, all other things being equal, you will probably... wind up looking this way. So anyway, there's a picture of my two grandmothers and my grandfather, and they all have the same barrel-shaped body, and that's kind of my destiny. And I was laughing because as I've gained weight over the years, it's all been in the middle, and it's been a little bit hard to cope with because it's just, and also I remember making fun of Joni Mitchell when I was a kid. I remember saying to my mother, oh, I don't like how her mouth goes, because her mouth went like this. And as the years have gone on, I've developed, my mother once said, oh, you make fun of her and I'll bet you money you're going to turn out that way one day. And it's kind of funny because it did come to pass. That's what happened to my face. And it's okay. I'm okay with that. I have no issues with regards to the way I look. I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think I have things need changing. I don't think that my body is disgusting or gross, or people won't love me because I'm fat. I don't think those things at all. And I'm very, very grateful that I was blessed, if there is such a thing as being blessed, with that healthy attitude, healthy body attitude. And I credit my sister a lot with that. She's a fat activist, although in a very different way than me. But she's the one who introduced the concept to me, in the same way that Aiden 33 introduced the concept of trans, idea, and freshly Charles introduced the concept of genderqueer to me. There's always been these little instrumental people in my life. So I'm really running out of time here. I'm sorry, I'm yammering. Okay, so I'll wrap this up. The person I was, Bible-banging Christian, crazy, angry, the person I am today, happy, calm, atheist. I was city, now I'm country. Was skinny, now I'm fat. It's okay. Life's great. It doesn't... I think, too, the drama has gone away. I used to have a lot of drama in my life, and it's all gone. I don't know how that evolved. I would say part luck and part of a lot of, chanting the Serenity Prayer, less the word God, because God's not relevant in the Serenity Prayer, but grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That's really made a big difference in my life. It's taken a lot of the edge off. Okay, I'm totally running out of time. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.